Hey, today I thought I would do a little bit of a summoning circle for Assault Spy on the Switch, or PS4, any console really. It should be on all of them, but unfortunately there hasn't really been any news about it. At the time of recording, I think like directly after the Nintendo Direct, about an hour after, NISA is going to be doing their own stream where they'll be announcing things. Obviously they don't really do anything big enough to be on the big stages and stuff, so I'm hoping that they will port this game. It didn't sell. I can't imagine it sold too well. Most of the character action game crowd is on consoles. I think maybe the discrepancy between the communities, or the platforms that people play them on, is a little bit smaller. DMC5 is definitely definitively played on the PC because of all the gameplay mods and stuff. But I want more people to experience this game, so I figured for today I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit of a hard mode gameplay. Now you're probably wondering why I don't have everything unlocked. I was a beta tester on this game for a couple months, and basically I was also an early access player before I got to the beta testing program. So that kind of led to playing through the same content over and over. But now that there's not really a whole lot going on for me until July with Ninja Warriors once again, I kind of want to play it again. A lot of things really rub me the wrong way about DMC5. I can always go back and just play this and have fun. I think that's definitely good quality to have these days. Just the presentation of this game is so good. In a way, obviously the games didn't really draw off or inspire each other, but this game actually has a lot of similar presentation to DMC5, the whole zoom in after you end a wave and things like that. I think it's actually done better here in some ways. Get the cool sound effect and stuff. A little bit rusty, you'll have to excuse me. This is such a satisfying game to play. I can't really describe how satisfying it feels to play it. I think watching it is really fun too. I actually have someone in my Discord named Bravest Red. I don't know if he found the game through my videos or he just found it because he likes games like this. He also played DMC5 and Warriors of Roshi 4 extensively like I did, so I assume he just likes games like this, but he's really taken this game to a really high level. when you're not playing well, just the responsiveness of the controls and how the game looks is really nice. It seems like he did some optimization. I've only noticed a couple minor frame drops while I've been playing just now. It used to be pretty common. I did play it for a little bit when I did my last PC upgrade a little while ago. Where I got an i5 in here, an i5 8400. The optimization was pretty bad, especially during the beta testing period. There were, especially the very last level, the lab level, like it barely functioned. It's kind of good this was not on console right away. I think he's got it in a pretty good spot now, like gameplay and optimization-wise, so hopefully he'll get on there. I get so many comments anytime I play this game, be it on stream or during an exclusive video like this, people asking for it to be ported. I think there's definitely a market for it. I hope they'll surprise us tomorrow. I don't have any inside information or anything. Kind of wish I did. I actually thought DMC5's campaign was quite good. It was definitely an improvement over the other ones. Like, almost no puzzles, it was pretty much just straight action. Kind of felt more like a PS2 game with higher production values, which is basically what this game is. And you know, all the mechanics and advancements that have come with the 15 years or so that have passed since the PS2 kind of went out of fashion. But the biggest problem, you know, some people like V, some people didn't. One thing you can't argue is that you spend a lot of time, like, not being able to play the character you want. Like, even if you like V, there are some people who really like V, especially a lot of the newer players. I think that's why a character like that was added, and maybe it was a good idea in the long run. But if you liked him, you only get to play as him, like, about a fourth of the game. So if the other gameplay with the other characters was too overwhelming for those people, they probably felt really frustrated because they couldn't really play as they wanted. In this game, the campaigns are separate. I'm gonna take this guy out. So originally, I know a lot of you have not played this game because of the the lack of platforms that it's on. The tag mode was exclusively limited to the end of the game. Basically, the plot kind of has the two characters kind of converge and they're separate. But later on, they join forces, and in the final level, you actually get the tag between them. And I basically fought for them to add it to the rest of the game. Sorry about that. My hotkeys all messed up. So I'm gonna see if they added any more moves. So if you decide to buy this game, be it on here or if they are actually nice enough to make it port, you need to finish the game with both characters to unlock the tag mode. And the way you activate it is you go here. There's also another one that gives you the unlimited super bar, but I don't have that unlocked yet. And I watched a lot of some of the E3 conferences today, and it's like I look at the Western action games and just how clunky they look, and you know, they look nice, but the gameplay just doesn't grab me at all. Like, this game was made by one guy, and he actually understands what makes the genre fun. He had basically no resources. You know, he did have a publisher, which does help, but I wasn't even paid to beta test this. They just offered me the position because I bought this game out of my own pocket. I was pretty much refreshing the Steam store for them to add it. So excited. Because I had been following the developer on Twitter. He had been posting his progress for quite a while. I think I had been following him for over a year at that point. I feel like, you know, money is not everything in video games. Obviously it is in video game development. Obviously it is a pretty big factor. You do need it to make a good game, but at the same time, it's not everything. A lot of times you have passion and knowledge, you can actually still make a really good product. I don't know much about Blazin himself. Most of his origin is kind of shrouded in mystery, but he obviously has some kind of game industry experience. Maybe he worked in another company or something. Yeah, I always miss his side time.
Monster kill.
I've got my my frame rate and CPU up right now. Seems like you really lowered the CPU usage. I have it on like, what resolution do I have it on right now? Not sure. I guess 1080p. But either way, it's running fine. Seems to be running pretty light. I think maybe he did like an optimization patch. So there's actually a final patch just now, a couple days ago. He added Brazilian Portuguese, and then a couple other bug fixes. A lot of bug fixes. I guess the remaining glitches that were in the game that people had reported. Actually did see some people like Wooly pick this game up, so it's not like it didn't get any traction at all. I think the lack of a console port really held this game back. The optimization was very bad, like I said at the start. I think that definitely would have held it back. It definitely seems, I don't know if it's placebo or not, but it seems like the game is performing better and it's much lighter. The only thing I've really upgraded on my PC since it was launched was pretty much just my CPU and my motherboard. Obviously the motherboard doesn't have much bearing on anything. I have a pretty good CPU right now, an i5-8400, but not like the best or anything. Pretty sure the Switch could run this. I mean, they probably would have to tone down some of the effects and stuff, but I can't see it being too much of an issue. Probably, maybe native res in portable mode, and then probably still 720p in dock mode. Kind of like how the Bayonetta ports are. That's pretty much how those function. Alright, time for the diamond fight. I definitely don't have the parry timings I used to. Back when I was doing boss run speed runs of this last year, I had it down pretty well. I'm going to make sure I have everything I've done for this game in a playlist so you guys can look at it in case they announce a port or something.
Attack. Down. Coming in. Down. I'm ready. Danger. Power on. Watch. Coming in. Down. Power on.
Such a satisfying game to play. It's always fun to go back to. It definitely benefits from having a more condensed and gimmick-free campaign. And until DMC5 dropped, there was always a problem with the DMC games, is a lot of times you'd want to just play the campaign and not necessarily want to do the Bloody Palace because of how long it is, and a lot of times you get annoyed with the puzzle or the backtracking or something and just not want to play it. It's like not a problem here. You obviously do have the Bloody Palace and Boss Rush, but the campaign in itself is very fun to play. I'd say the only real downside to it is probably the stealth part. I actually haven't been to that part in this patch yet. I don't know if he removed the shortcut or not to skip it. So let's actually go check that out right now before I go. I believe it would be back lots, if I remember correctly. Ah, here we go. Cool. Oh yeah, you can still skip it. Alright, so that's not an issue anymore. Well, basically, if you haven't watched my earlier videos of this, there's a stealth level, and it's kind of like European Extreme, like MGS, where if you get seen, you get sent back to the checkpoint. It's relatively inoffensive. It's really, I think it's only like 3 or 4 rooms long, but it definitely does break the pacing. I think it was me and a couple other people, back when we were beta testing, we told them there should be an option to skip it, you know, and still have it in there for people that like that kind of thing. I mean, it is a game based on the spy, so I guess it makes sense to have it in there at some point, but the combat and the pacing and just the responsiveness of the controls is so good that it definitely feels like a kind of an old school DMC kind of scenario where you're having a lot of fun fighting and then you get dumped into a puzzle. That's kind of how the stealth section felt, but now you can basically skip it. And I was worried that was just there for us beta testers, but as you can see here, it's just going to go straight to the boss fight. Or not the boss fight, but the Mook fight. The game actually does look considerably worse when you're in a cutscene, like when you're not playing, but I think it looks very beautiful. The presentation is great when you're actually playing, and actually pushing the buttons for yourself was really satisfying. Anyway, that's it. Hopefully, by the time most of you see this, maybe they will do that NISA stream after the Direct, and they'll announce a port. I didn't get a review key for this in any capacity. I bought it myself, and it was definitely my game of the year last year. There were a lot of good games last year. A lot of ones I didn't play, obviously, but even ones that I featured on the channel. This is definitely my favorite game, so I would like to see it get in more people's hands. Unfortunately, just being tied to PC is not the best situation for the character action community. Like I said, I think DMC5 has definitely lessened the difference in how many people are playing on PC versus console because of the turbo mode and all the other mods and stuff. But not everybody can afford a gaming PC, and I want more people to experience it. So, in the event that it does get announced tomorrow, or ideally if it even gets shadow dropped at the direct, which is not entirely unlikely, but still relatively unlikely, I'll definitely put up a port footage as soon as I can. Thanks for watching. Peace.